Okay, guys, last day of 22, and we are discussing the last paper that we are going to discuss about the past papers, that is 2021 paper MCQ. I think I revealed the plans of what we are going to do after discussing this paper MCQ. Then we can discuss the structure and semi-structured question. So I'll go reverse order, starting from 21 to 22, 21, then 20, then if we have time, 19 also. That is for the structured discussion. Already MCQ discussion will be done with this. So let's do the question paper quickly. So these are the first three questions. So I need your answers quickly. So first one is, which of the following pairs contains type of software that are different with respect of the ownership of the licensing? Ownership or the licensing. So which are different pairs, basically the like different that are different with respect to the ownership or the license. You know, the code ownership. So is basically code ownership is like there are two things based on the code. So open source and closed source. That is basically the open source is where the code is open to the public. Closed source is there with where the code is not open to the public. It is kept as private within the organization. That is closed source. And then you have a copyrighted software or the proprietary software, which are basically in order to copy that software, in order to maintain copies or keep copies or even distribute, redistribution, you need permission of the owner. That is copyrighted. And copyleft software are keep like it's free. You can just copy as you wish. You can give the copies, distribute it. That is allowed. So that is about the copyleft software. Okay. So rest is up to you. So please complete the question number 1, 2, and 3 quickly, and let's discuss it. I'll give you 3 minutes this time because now we have to do this faster, right? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's discuss. The time is over now. Basically, application software and open source software. So asking, which of the following pairs contain type of software that are different with respect to the ownership or the licensing? Application software is not based on the licensing, right? Application software and utility software, again, not based on the licensing. Proprietary software and open source software, that is clearly related to licensing. So proprietary is basically copyrighted, open source mostly left as copyleft. So that is the possible answer. But let's read the other answers also. Proprietary and system, no. System and application, different categories. System software utilities, different categories. Basically, the answer which is closely matching is number 3. But I would like if it is like proprietary software and copyleft software, or copyrighted software and copyleft software, that would be the best answer. But here we have to go for the from the given answers. No, from the given answers, I would like to go for number 3, right? So that is proprietary and open source. Actually, so there is an ambiguity. That is why I was explaining this in the initial stage also. So please note that based on the code rights, based on the access to the code rights, you have 2 versions. Please see this very carefully, right? Code rights, based on the code rights, you have open source, means code is available to the public. The second one is closed source. So that is the best way of categorizing. Open source is code is available to the public, closed source is code is not available. Then the software right. Then the next category is software right. Actually, in this paper also, it was not really considered. So they have mixed it up, but I would like to give you a clear way of identifying. Then the software right, you have proprietary software, copyrighted software. So these are called proprietary software too. And another one is copyleft. Actually speaking, most of the open source software are kept copyleft. Most of the open source software are kept copyleft. Therefore, copyrighted open source can be a category, or copyrighted open source, or proprietary and open source, because most of the proprietary software, almost all proprietary software, keep their clause they will keep their code as a secret. Therefore, I agree with this answer. I'm not telling that this answer is wrong. I agree with this answer, but not that this is how we are categorizing, right? Okay, which of the following is good example for batch processing? Batch processing is, it's like that. Just remember how that private bus owner or a private bus load passengers to the bus. How they load people into the bus. They are not directly starting their turn. They wait until a batch or a set of people get into. They wait. So when all the seats are filled, mostly when almost all the seats are full, some are still standing until the next bus comes, even though the seats are full. Anyway, they will wait. They will wait and process as a batch, process as a set. Then once the task arrives, they will not start processing. They will start processing when there are set of tasks are ready to process. An air traffic control system. No, we cannot do as a batch processing. We cannot wait until a set of flights come and then start processing. No, it's not a good. It is on demand. You have to do it real time. Driving system in a driverless car. No, again, you have to do at a real time. Cannot do a batch processing on that because you can. That is a real time process. These are critical, right? Because real time driving. Autonomous car is needed. We cannot process as a batch. ICU patient, again a critical thing. You cannot process as a batch. Even in sometimes in the hospital, you have to wait as a queue, but that is not a very good way. Payroll, yeah, that is not a critical thing. Payroll is not a critical thing. You can wait, like you can. So normally in payroll system, this happens, right? Normally the payroll is paid as a whole for all employees, one go, right? It is not one by one, right? They wait until all the employees have filled their non-pays and the gaps or attendance, everything is perfectly checked, and after that the payroll is released at once. So that is a batch processing. I agree with that. So that is very good example for that. Nuclear plant control system, again a critical thing. Cannot do such things with the nuclear plant also. Critical operations, you will not be able to do the batch processing, but if it is non-critical operation or a regular operation, we can move to the batch processing. So the best answer is number 4. Again, using this pyramid, we have answered several times. So they're asking A, B, C, D, and E. Right? A at the top, what is the consideration? There are different storage components which vary in capacity and access speed. Consider that the zone diagram portrays capacity, access speed, variation of a storage component, L1 cache. These are the things given, right? L2 cache, main memory, registers, hard disk. The capacity increases and the access speed decreases from top to bottom. Capacity increases top to bottom. Access speed decreases top to bottom. Okay, then the bottom you can see the E should be your hard disk. E should be your hard disk because lower speed, and A should be something like registered, which is faster. After registers, you can come to L1, then L2, L3 in order. A can be L1 cache. Sorry, A can be registers, B can be L1 cache. So my potential answer is now going to be number 4 because A is registers, B is L1 cache. Yes, that is good. L2 cache is next. Next is the main memory. And finally, the hard disk. It is number 4. Obviously, it's number 4. L1 cache, L2 cache differences. L1 cache reside inside the L1 cache is actually independent cache. It is given to each processing unit. Right? It is given to each processing unit. That is a very good question. L1 cache, L2 cache, and L3 cache. L2 and L3 caches are shared, but L1 is independent cache which is given to the processor. Each and every core will get a L1 cache. But can you see the L2 cache, which is a shared cache? Here L1 and L2 caches are basically independent. L2 is kind of a shared cache which can share between these small L1 caches, it can share. And L3 cache is actually outside the core. It is outside the core. It is external to the processor, but connected to it. That is L2 cache. So that is the difference. L1 cache is immediate cache. Here you can see L1 cache is the immediate cache that processor access. It is independent. It has data and also instructions. Instructions and data, it keep separate way. Here the first core, L1 instruction, L1 data. Second core, L1 instruction, data. Third core, L1 instruction, L1 data, sorry. Fourth core, L1 instruction, L1 data. But you can see instruction and data in the level 2 cache, it is shared. Whatever in the L1, shared but again independent, right? Shared but independent means it is relevant to the particular core, right? L1, L2 cache is also given to the core. L1 cache is given to the core, but the instruction and this is not shared. Instruction and data is separately stored in 2 caches. L1 data, L1 instruction, you can see. Then it is merged and kept in L2 cache. That is a command for the core, command for the core. This is command for the whole cores. L3 cache is command for all 4 cores. It's commonly maintained. All are SRAMs, static random access memories. All are SRAMs, including the register. Registers are also static random access memories, which are created using the flip-flop, D-flip-flops, logic gates. Clear on this or need more explanation? If so, please tell me, right? If you need more explanation, tell me. I hope you can understand that. L1 is independent cache given to store instructions and data separately related to the core. L2 is a shared one. L1 instruction, L1 data shared with L2, but still also independent. And L3 is shared for all cores. For all cores, there's a single L3 cache. L1 is a smaller, L2 is quite bigger, L3 is even bigger than L2. Okay, question number 4 to question number 8. I guess yes. Oh, what is 8? Additional notes are given. It's okay. Question number 4 to 8. Yeah, 4 to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions, 5 minutes. Consider the following paragraph. To run a program, code is copied from A to B. Code is copied from A to B. The central processing unit, the program counter register is set to memory location where the first instruction of the program is saved and execution program starts. C, implement the fetch, decode, execute cycle. Right. So C is which is implementing the fetch, decode, execute cycle is basically right. That is CPU. That is the one basically implementing the fetch, decode, execute cycle. And the next is basically, so it's asking about, okay, program code is copied to A from A to B. A to B, it's copying from the primary storage. Oh, to run a program, code is copied from A to B, secondary to primary, right? Secondary to primary will be copied. That is the copy and paste. So you can say secondary to primary, then the CPU, it is number 5. So yes, it is number 5, should be. It is program is there in the permanent memory. It is copied to the main memory, and then for the fetch execute cycle, it will be moved to the CPU. CPU is doing the fetch execute decode cycle. That is 4, 5. What is the correct result of bitwise XOR operation between the two binaries? You know the XOR operation result. XOR giving the odd even results. If it is odd, it is 1. If it is even, it is 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0. The next one is 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1. So yes, let's count the odd even. First is odd, it is 1. The second is even, 0, odd 1. Even 0, even 0, odd 1. Even 0, odd 1. So this will be the answer. Oh, it's given in the binary. It's very easy questions given in the binary as well. Where's the answer? 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1 is number 4. Number 4 is the answer for number 6. Easy. Number 7. Oh, number 4 is the answer for number 5, right? Number 4 is the answer for number 5. 101 00 101. Number 6. What is the 2's complement binary representation of the minus 32 in 8 bits? Minus 32. Let's write 32 bit. First write 32, right? 32 is 1 and 32 means 2 to the power 5, 1 and 5 zeros. Then minus 32 means reverse of that, 8 bits only, 0 0. Okay, now 8 bits. Let's write the reverse. 1 1 0 1 1 1 1 1 plus 1. You have to add 1 because 2's complement. 1 1 1 0 0 0 0 0 is the answer. So what is there? That is number 4 again. Easy. These are easy questions, straightforward question. You should be able to get marks. මොකද මම මේවා explain කරලා තියෙනවා 10 පාරකට නෙවෙයි 100 පාරකට වඩා. Right? In your theory class, in your paper class, practical class, right? I have explained this multiple times. Please watch the videos. Spend your time to watch the videos if you have no idea about what's happening there, because I have explained a lot of times, so I'm not going to repeat this again and again. It's again wasting of time. So 6 4 7. What is the correct decimal equivalent to hexadecimal? 88.8. 0.8. You have to know the decimal. They're asking decimal, so no shortcuts. Let's convert. Right? This is 16. 1 divided by 16 into 8. 1 divided by 16 into 8. You can see it's easily here too. That is the 0.5. So 0.5 is coming there. So answer should be either this, either this, either this. I'm not sure still because this is 0.5. Then this 8 is 8. You know, the first is ones, no? Ones into 8 is 8 plus. This is 16. 16 into 8 is, what is the value? 16 into 8. 16 into 5 is 80. 6 is 96. Sorry, 16 into 5 is, 6 is 96. 96 plus 32 is 8. 128, is it? Then 128 plus 8 is 136.5. That is number 4. Yes, that is number 4. Confirmed. Answer is number 4 for question number 7. I hope you know the method, right? If anything unclear, please ask. How did I calculate it? So 88.8, 88.9. Consider the positional values, right? We have done this several times. Consider the positional values. Here the positional value is ones. Here the positional value is 16. Here the positional value is 1 divided by 16. Because this is 16 to the power number. 1 divided by 16 is the positional value here. Here 16 to the power 0, it is 1. Here 16 to the power 1, it is 16. So 16 into 8 is 128. 1 into 8 is 8. 8 plus 128 is 136. Here 16 to the power 0 minus 1 is 1 divided by 16. Into 8 is 0.5. So this is the answer. Question number 8. Question number 8. Let's clear everything. A particular command can be used to output the values of every byte in a file in a decimal format. Assume the file contains the following text: love praise, referring to the notes 1, 2 given, referring to the notes 1, referring to the note 1, 2, you can see the decimal and the character numbers are given here. Okay, you have to identify from them. Select the correct output that will result when the set command is run on the file. L, capital L, 76. Simple O. So what is the silly question? Right? So this is scholarship question, right? So no calculations, even everything is given and they are asking, right? What? No calculations, nothing is there. So LO 111. V is what is V? 180. Now all are correct. E is 101. Then space is 32. Okay, 32. 3 answers are correct. Two answers, right? Make I දැනට ගන්න පුළුවන්. This is wrong because 116 is not space. 116 is T. Then 3 is 116 next. Okay. 114 next because both answers have in 114. 101 next, both answers. 101 next. Okay. This is also 101. And the last is, what is 10? 10 is line feed. 115 is explanation, is it? Exclamation is 33. So this should be explanation after that. Okay. Then the answer should be 8, right? So 8 answer should be 3. Why did you select 1, Senali? Why? Because explanation mark 33. Budu ammo market. That should be there. So may I know why you have selected 1? Is there any reason for that, or you mistakenly done that? I think she's not available anyway. So 8, it should be 3, right? Most of you have not answered the questions. This is bad. And most of you have not answered the questions. So this is bad, right? So did you get this question? This is a grade 5 scholarship question. They're asking to map from these 2 tables. Hello? Did you understand this question? Okay, Senal, you are back. So why did you select number 1 instead of number 3? Number 3 has the explanation mark. Budu Ammo mark is there. That explanation mark is there. So you have ignored that. I think you have to take that. I think mistakenly, yes.
So I missed the last.
Yeah, that's the thing. Read it out, right? Because both answers are 1 and 3, both are same, but except the last character, this one. This is where you have to find the difference. So number 3 is the answer because of the explanation mark. Number 5.
So I missed the last sentence. The 5 ends with 9.
Oh. Okay, then this. So you're asking number 5. X operation. So what's the problem? Do you have any issue understanding that question? If so, tell me. Yes. Did you have any issue understanding that?
No.
No, I'm asking from sign up, and she's telling that you need answer for this one. Answer is 4. That is odd even. So based on odd even occurrences, you are getting XOR gate is based on odd even. If 2 ones are there, then the result is 0. That is even. If 1 and 0, then result is 1 because it is odd. Number of ones odd. Then 0, 1, number of ones odd. Therefore, it's 1. 2 zeros, number of ones are not there. Therefore, 0. That is XOR operation. Write down 2 strings. 2 strings means 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0. Then under that you can write 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1. So then just find out 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. Then 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1 again 0. Then 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0 again 0, and 0, 1, 1. So this is the answer in number 4. That is how you discovered. Okay, let's move to the next set of questions. That is question number 9, 10, and 11. Yeah, 9, 10, 11. So have to read a lot. Have to read a lot, but it's not difficult. Just tell me the answer for number 9, 10, 11. Question number 9, consider the following Karnaugh map and the logic circuit implemented based on it. A, B, C are inputs and Z is the output. A, B is changing like this, C, and you can see E, F, G, H you're asking, and here's the output. Output is A and B, O, C. You have to write down that somewhere. A and B, O, C. A and B, O, C. In order to make C constant, C should be 1 and constant. So these 4 should be 1. Right, this 4, right? Sorry, not including, excluding. See, this 4 should be 1 because C is 1, no? C is taken, C is constant. Therefore, this 4 should be 1 to make C is 1. Therefore, G and H are 1. G and H, that is how we argue. GH1, G1, H1. Where you can see that question answer number 1, G1, H1, correct. This is G1, H1, correct. This is G1, H1, that is also correct. Okay, then A and B. In order to get A and B, AB should be constant. AB should be constant. AB should be constant. AB should be constant, and it should be 1 also. Therefore, you have to take this one. F and H is 1. F is 1. So F is also 1. F is also 1 means this. Surely the answer is number 2. E is 0. Yes, E is 0. Right? Answer is number 2 is 0. That is how you argue and get the answer here. 9, number 2 is the answer. Okay, question number. That is easy. Even though you have to read a lot, the answer is easy to find. Okay, you are not interested in answering the questions today. Why? Is it because 31st? Yeah, I'm also in Candy today. I have to leave now and I have to move to Gampaha again. So that is also hassle for me instead of that. But I was thinking about you guys. You are facing the examination. So I thought at least I should do 1 hour class today. That's why I started, but no one is answering. Then it's demotivating me. I was thinking, why did I start the class today? I could give you a leave, right? Because you are not interested in providing answers. Why is that? You should. The questions are hard. This is 21 questions. So what about 22 questions? If 21 questions are hard, the 22 questions will be more harder than this. So what you are going to do with this time paper then? These questions are not hard. They are asking from various areas. So this is dynamic, right? This is dynamic. You should know the entire syllabus to answer. Then Amara logs into a single processor computer, start a program to work on his presentation. He opens up the web browser to get some information as well. Consider the following process state transition diagram respect to the process corresponding to Amara's presentation program. What she has done, she logged into the single processor computer, start program working his presentation. So he started new class name. She started new process, single processor. So it's admitted. So then he opens up the opens up the web browser, right? So opens up the if you cannot understand question number 9, what do you have to do? You have to come to 2000 recently. So that is the issue, Bute. So I always invite you to come to both classes, the theory and the practical. In the theory classes, last day we have discussed about K-map. Today also I revised the K-map in the theory class. So that's a problem, right? So you have to watch the theory class video also at least. Otherwise, so because this is a revision, so it's very difficult to cover. You have to come to both classes. That's why I'm telling, like, so difficult questions will be covered in the theory class because when you don't know the theory, it's very difficult to answer the questions. It's true. So what do you need to do? Now watch the theory video. That is the thing. We watch the video. That video is published, right? So then here, consider the following process state transition diagram with the report to the process corresponding to Amara's presentation. Amara saving his presentation to the hard disk. Reasons for the above state transition. State transition new is admitted and then ready state, then ready status, and A is basically, what is this A? A is admitted to the running state, ready to running state. Ready to running state is because of here operating system scheduling the presentation process to run, then it goes from ready to run. So A is basically because of 2. A happens, process will go from ready to run in due to the process is selected by the processor. Operating system scheduling the presentation process to run. That is fine. Then B. Let's find out B. B is here. Running to ready. there is something going on. That is why it's coming from the running to ready, right? Operating system suspend the presentation process to let the web browser to run the process. Okay, another process is run because this is single process in computer. When the new process comes, so it is temporarily remove temporarily, not terminating. It is temporarily moving the process and let the other process. For an example, think that I am running a process now. That is your web browser. Now I need to run this text editor. So what my processor should do if it is single processing? My processor should let the bracket open. It will give the chance to bracket and it will remove the browser, web browser from the processor. Now you can see bracket window. This is a text editor. You can see that. When I minimize that, it will again make it ready and then the presentation will be displayed. So that is what happening. When web browser opens, the run into ready state, it will be moved. So it is number 3. B is number 3. C is block to the ready and D is run into the block. Run into the block. How the running process can be blocked? So let's find out C. How the block process can be ready. Okay. Amara having his presentation, saving his presentation, running presentation, he's saving. So therefore IO, input output requirement is needed. So it will be blocked temporarily until he or she has complete this input output. IO operation means write in process. Input output. Until the process finish, the running process will be blocked temporarily until the IO operation done. So that is because of saving. So D should be 1. A should be 2. A is 2, that is clear. A is 2. Then B is 3. B is 3, running on the process. C, run into block. Run into block can be there. 4K and finishing the saving. C, block to ready, right? Block to ready, yes. After finishing the saving, yes. Then after finishing the serving, then it can go back to block to ready. That is true. Then D is 1. D is 1 means Amara saving is presentation. Yes. Number 2 is the answer. So that is also from the process transmission diagram. Okay, page table. Page table is basically, the page in process happens in the processor because so the entire program is not possible to normally entire program is the large program. When we are reading a book, we are reading page by page. This applies to the computer too. Right? When computer is reading, when computer is processing something, it will process page by page. It will take page from the page table, page map table. It will take page by page. That means entire large program is broken down, is actually splitted into pages, and then the important pages will be loaded. Other pages will be kept in the virtual memory. Okay, then some unused pages will be there in the physical memory. Computer hardware unit through the which all memory references pass. No. A data structure that keeps information about pages that are in the processor caches. Page table is basically keeping the pages and frames. The physical address and the virtual address mapping is done in the page table. That is what. A hardware component in the memory that facilitates page movement. No. An operating system data structure. Okay, it is a data structure. I agree with that. Keep the virtual and physical mapping process in the pages. Yes, page to frame mapping is done in the page table. That is number 4. 11 answer is number 4. Pieces of processor hardware. No, it's not pieces of processor hardware. It is a data structure which does the page to frame matching. Virtual, because virtual memory to the physical memory. Physical memory means your random access memory. That is where pages are finally taken. Virtual memory is your hard disk space allocated from the hard disk. When you go to your system properties, right click on this PC, go to the properties. In the advanced, you can see virtual memory. Advanced tab, you can see the virtual memory. Virtual memory is allocated from the hard disk. That portion is allocated from the hard disk. Actually, that is dedicated for the RAM. Random access memory take physical pages from that virtual memory, and then the page and physical frame mapping is done in the page table. That is number 4. Okay, let's discuss question. Let's discuss at least up to 15. Let's discuss and wind up, right? So 12 to 15. Please do the question number 12 to 15 because so I was thinking of finishing ending that by 10, but let's move a little 12 to 15. Let's try to answer that. Then we can finish the year with some good number. 12 to 15. The block size of the disk is 4 KB. A portion of a file allocation table is a particular time given below FAT. So you can see the addresses, FAT address 0, 0101, 102, and these numbers. So then the portion given in the blocks, my program file, file as well, portion of given shown gives the block of, okay. The last block of file is indicated by -1. The directory entry of the file contains the block. Yes, the directory entry of the file contains the block number of the first block of the file. Which of this following gives the directory entry of myproc.file at file and the disk space allocated by this file respectively? Okay, the file allocation table, the block size is 4 KB means the disk space allocated is basically multiplier of 4 KB. You have to that is some multiplier. It can be 4 KB, 8 KB, 12 KB, 16 KB, etc. And in the file allocation table, so they are asking the directory entry of the file contains the block number of the first block of the file, block number of the first block of the file. End of the file is basically -1. End of the file is -1. Right, end of the file is -1. Then so you have to read what is the start. Then the directory entry of the file contains the block number of the first block. Directory entry of the file. What is the directory entry? Block number of the first block of the file. See hundreds address, you can see 101. Okay. So 100, this should be the directory entry. Anyway, you can see it has allocated 1, 2, 3 slots. 3 slots allocated means it will take 4 KB, 4 KB, and 4 KB in each. Altogether 4 is altogether 4 into 3 is 12 KB. 12 KB will be allocated for the file size on the disk. So what is the disk size on the disk is that. Then you have to count, the next thing is you have to count the size of the file. Size of the file is basically block size is given. Okay, the last block is -1. Then what is the first block? First block. That is the problem. Entry of the file contains the block number of the first block. 101 is the block number of the first directory entry, is showing the block number of the first entry. 100. So then it is 100, 101, 100. So it should be 103. Right? It should be 103. Is there any answer for 103? 103 is the size, and size on the disk is 12 KB because Apple allocated 3 slots. 103 12 KB. එහෙම answer එකක් නැහැ 112 KB තියෙනවා, 101 12 KB තියෙනවා, ඒක නෙමෙයි. Number 4. Number 4, you can take number 4 as the answer. Yes, I didn't see that answer. Number 4 is the answer. 103. Its block number you can see 103 and 12 KB. 12 KB means because it is allocating 1, 2, 3. 4 KB in each. So for 3 slots, it's 12 KB. Okay, which of the following is correct with respect to the digital signal denoted by square wave? Yeah, it's true. Then Contains continuous range of values. No, it's not continuous range of values. It is like a strange set of values. It's not continuous. Use discrete values to represent information. Yes, that is true. AC correct. AC correct means number 5 is the answer. Easy. Which of the following is correct respect to the guided media using data transmission? Guided media is a physical path used for the data transmission. Correct. Signal is a broadcast through air. No, it is not guided. It's unguided. Example, radio waves. No, radio waves go through air. So A only for 14. Number 1 is the answer. Because it's a physical. It's not going through air. It's not radio waves too. Which of the following could be used to digitally represented analog signal? Which of the following could be used to digitally represent? Digitally represented, and you can use attenuation is not. Attenuation is a property of the signal where signal strength is going down. So that is not this. Decoding is basically reverse of encoding. That is basically when the signal is encoded into some other format, decoding can get the original signal back. Distortion is the damaging of the signal. Pulse code modulation, yes, pulse code modulation, you just divide this signal into small pulses, small segments, and then take the values and then digitize it. That is PCM, correct. Synchronization, no. So PCM is the answer for 15. Okay, remaining questions I will keep for the next day, right? We have a lot of theory questions to be discussed. That remaining part of the paper is normal, it's not difficult. So the first part is actually not difficult. The questions are a bit odd. So it's like they have given a lot of ambiguity. They have added ambiguity to the question. That is not hard, but they have added some ambiguity. That is the thing. Okay, the remaining questions, there are no, it's same as the previous question paper. Please do this and come next day. Then it's easy to continue. Okay, and I'll stop from here. And good night. See you all next week, next day, next year. Happy New Year to you, right? Okay, bye.